Tradition versus ego, the feud of Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho. And welcome back to my channel, guys. And again, this is Mikeratto, and welcome back. Today we're going to discuss the mask versus title, the everything towards the Intercontinental Championship feud between these two in 2009. And yeah, we're going to discuss that but before that, I hope you all like this video, comment down below, share, subscribe for more videos that I can produce. So yeah, here we go. Well, for starters, they had a feud also in WCW, which they had a lot of stuff going on, which we saw them feuding for the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, well, during that time, Chris Jericho is different from the Chris Jericho in 2009. What do I mean? Well, despite of him being heel at both of the rivalries, while Chris Jericho actually being a face one actually sometime in the rivalry before, but it's not the same character. Well, yeah, because of WCW and WWE. Yeah, so you know what I mean. So yeah, here we go. After that, a few years later, the two actually encountered each other yet again. The two actually come up with big wins at WrestleMania, Chris Jericho beating Legends on that night, and Rey Mysterio beating JBL and retiring him for the second time in a short match, while JBL actually promised a dominant win, which actually Rey defeated him with a dominant fashion at WrestleMania with 21 seconds. So yeah. While they talk about the mask during their feud, for luchadors such as Rey Mysterio, Kalisto, Sin Cara, and many more to mention, their mask is an important symbol because it is the part of a tradition in lucha libre. Sometimes, their mask was wagered into a match. Sometimes it's hair versus hair, or hair versus mask, or mask versus. Well, you know how wrestling has their stipulations. They have mask versus title, and all of that, or mask versus mask, as I told you before. Rey actually lost his mask in WCW before, years prior, during his match with Kevin Nash being involved. And you know, it's actually mask versus hair. So yeah, Rey Mysterio was unmasked for the time being after that. He never wore his mask after that, until he debuted in WWE in 2002, which you saw him wrestle with the mask, had an autograph signing with the mask, had some interaction with the fans with the mask, go to events with the mask, because that's how the mask for the wrestlers are. They're having interviews with it on and off screen. You know how they embrace the mask. That's the importance of the mask in lucha libre. It keeps their identity, and removing it, you have to remove it forever. Luckily for Rey before, they settled something for that, which, I'm not sure whichever it is. And yeah, it is actually mask versus hair and not mask versus mask, so it helped them. But yeah, Rey Mysterio now, he is feuding with Chris Jericho. And Jericho, he is on the point of, he is the honest man who called people, a lot of stuff because he's a heel, remember? And yeah, he came off in a strong win between Legends. At their first match during the title feud, Mysterio defeated Jericho. But in their second match, Jericho removed Rey's mask, and due to that removal, Rey Mysterio is covering up his face, and a roll-up victory for Jericho. So by that time, he is a 9-time Intercontinental Champion, breaking his old record of having the title 8 times, which actually The Miz has the title reigns for today because he's a 8-time Intercontinental Champion. And yeah, for Jericho during the time, while he got the title, he got the mask, and while everything is going forward for him. Also remember during their feud, well, they actually dressed up as fans. Jericho dressing up as a Rey Mysterio fan, and Rey Mysterio actually wearing the same thing as a fan. So yeah, during their interactions. So you have to remember those assaults also. So yeah, these two, well, they had a lot of matches, which during one of their matches, well, Rey Mysterio actually outsmarted Chris Jericho, which Rey actually wore a mask in his mask, like he's wearing two masks, which, well, when Jericho attempted to rip it off, well, it was revealed that he is wearing a second mask in that match. So yeah, it's actually a tongue twister, mask match, mask match, mask match. But yeah, Rey Mysterio actually won the feud, and well, they had a memorable feud during well their feud. Well, they had a lot of months to cover off. Also, with these wages, well, I feel that the Intercontinental Championship was made important during their feud. Especially, well, the title, well, it's not. Well, sometimes it's actually, well, on a side track in a show, like it's put on the second, well, priority during their shows because they have their world titles. With this wagers, with this, well, importances of a tradition and a man's ego going through their feud. Well, an arrogance and a destiny to fight forever between these two. Well, why do I say fight forever? Because, well, when they have a match, there's a series of counters and counters and counters. Because, well, they know each other for a long time. That, well, if you put them in a feud, well, it will make as fresh as well, it will make as fresh as you may see each time that they will have a new feud yet again. With tradition and pride versus ego and arrogance, well, it make a huge babyface versus heel feud. Embracing who they are in the storyline, while Chris Jericho in 2008 up to 2010 is one of the most hated characters during that time because, well, he knows how to get heat from the audience. He knows how to reinvent himself. He knows how to play off the crowd regardless of his character. That's how Chris Jericho is actually great in making him connect to the fans. Like now, for example, while he's making the fans actually sing to his theme song, which is actually one of the best fuzzy songs that you actually heard during this time. Well, yeah, and for Rey Mysterio, well, he knows how to connect with the crowd as the babyface. Though, yeah, we may have some circumstances that Rey Mysterio is actually booed in some arenas. Well, there's a lot of fans, which, well, not all wrestlers can please in their current character. Well, people demand for change, and Chris Jericho is the best out of them. Well, he changes his character before it actually got stale. So that's how Chris Jericho is actually great in his character, and it's actually the best character during the 2000s. His heel character during the PG era going forward. So yeah. And for Rey Mysterio in his case, well, he's actually a great luchador. He knows how to actually create new moves to make something that the WWE fans would appreciate it, or make a huge moment with a high risk maneuver that the fans can actually remember. And with the wages between these two during their feud, well, fans remember the stakes, the feud, them impersonating as fans, and even, as I told you, everything towards their history. And even after after this feud, while fans are now more interested between these two, and they're actually searching for matches between these two. While during their searches, well, they can see their previous feud in WCW also, which, well, the two had a good feud also to remember it, because while these two having together as enemies in, while in television, while they make a great chemistry, because while they know each other so much. So again, this is Mikeratto. Watch this video, comment below, share, subscribe, and again, peace.